Right now on DC News Now, more snow falling in the region, and meteorologist Damon Madsen is tracking the chance for freezing rain.
Iranian Americans here sharing mixed reactions to the U.S. military strikes in Iran. Some saying they see a path toward democracy, while others fear being dragged into a forever war.
Plus, we're learning the name of the suspect and victims in a stabbing investigation on I-495. The new details ahead from police.
Tulip Day Washington tickets selling out in a heartbeat, and the website spent more time crashing than letting people register. The headache that folks faced trying to get the hottest ticket in town.
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Well, thank you for joining us for DC News Now at 4. I'm Mark Hall.
Hey, good afternoon. I'm Annalisa Gale. Let's take a live look outside now. First at the Washington Monument on the left there. You can see that's still snow coming down. And it looks right there at I-70. We're looking towards the mountains there. Looks like we're still seeing a little snow covering the grass there as well. It's been a slick commute, rush hour commute for some people.
And Lisa, the roads are wet. Really now it comes down to the temperatures, and that's so very important. Let's head over to meteorologist Damon Madsen with a first look at our forecast.
Yeah, Mark and Annalisa, I mean, plain and simple, this snow is coming down at a pretty good rate across most of the region. We did expect this snow to be at least coming through this afternoon into the evening time, but we were not expecting it to be quite this heavy. Now, the good news is it is overachieving, but it's not sticking to those roadways. That is certainly a good sign. We carried over some warmth from this weekend, and that pavement has stayed warm enough that snow is not accumulating there just yet. But look at this wall of blue. Yeah, this snowfall continues across the DC metro area down into Virginia and southern Maryland. The snow has been a little bit more scattered to the north, but some steadier snow showers coming down even up toward north central Maryland, the eastern panhandle there. So yeah, we are certainly seeing those flakes fly. And at this point, given the fact that we're not seeing accumulation on those road surfaces, visibility is a bit more of the issue here as we head into the evening commute. So as you try to head back home from whatever you may have been doing today, work, school, what have you, you definitely just want to give yourself that extra time. If you run into that snow that's coming down at a steady enough pace, it's definitely going to drop that visibility. Winter weather advisories, they remain in effect until tomorrow along and west of I-95, because this is where we are most likely to see some snow and ice accumulation as we head into the night tonight. DC is not included in the advisory, but we're right on the fringe of that. And obviously, we've seen enough snowfall already, and we're seeing those impacts with the visibility. So plain and simple, folks, as we head into the night tonight, there will be a lull in the snowfall as we head toward midnight. But in between, we'll definitely have those flakes flying. And like I mentioned, there's going to be a transition over to some sleet and freezing rain by tomorrow. We'll talk more of the details of how that could impact your morning commute and when we might get warm enough to kick this wintry weather out of here. That'll be in your full forecast coming up here in just a bit.
All right, Damon, thank you. Developing now, taking a live look from Beirut today as the war in the Middle East continues and the escalation also continues. And there's still no clear end in sight. The U.S. and Israel are continuing heavy strikes on Iran just days after the killing of Iran's supreme leader. Today, President Trump saying that the U.S. is prepared to keep military operations going longer than originally projected, 4 to 5 weeks, signaling that this conflict could stretch on. Now, the Iranian Red Crescent says that at least 555 people have been killed in Iran so far, with strikes reported in more than 130 cities in Israel. Officials report 11 deaths, while 31 people have been killed in Lebanon following Israeli strikes after rocket fire by Hezbollah.
Our objectives are clear. First, we're destroying Iran's missile capabilities, and you see that happening on an hourly basis, and their capacity to produce brand new ones, and pretty good ones they make. An Iranian regime armed with long-range missiles and nuclear weapons would be an intolerable threat to the Middle East, but also to the American people.
A fourth U.S. service member has died following the strikes on Iran. The president said Sunday that more American deaths are likely to come as military action continues.
And we have new details this afternoon in Sunday's deadly stabbing that happened along I-495 in Annandale, Virginia, which ended with a Virginia State Police trooper shooting and killing the alleged attacker. Today, troopers releasing the names of the victims. DC News Now's Dave Laval joining us from the State Police office in Arlington there now. And Dave, you spoke to one of the victims' family members. What do they have to say?
Well, hello there, Annalisa and Mark. Yeah, we did have a chance to talk to the family of Michelle Adams earlier today, and understandably, they are in shock over what happened as she died from her injuries. So are neighbors who are believed to, neighbors where she is believed to have lived with the other victims told us they're also stunned by what happened. Investigators say the attacks took place Sunday afternoon following a crash on southbound I-495 just before the Little River Turnpike exit. Jared Yamato of McLean, Virginia, stabbed 4 women in the other car, according to troopers. As we said, the 39-year-old Adams succumbed to her injuries, along with a dog in the car at the time. The other 3 women wounded, Dana Bonnell, Mary Flood, and Heather Miller, were all taken to hospitals with serious injuries. There's been no update on their conditions. A trooper is said to have shot Yamato after he approached the officer with a knife. Yamato died from his wounds. The trooper did not suffer any injuries. That trooper is now on administrative leave pending the results of an investigation. We're live in Arlington, Virginia. Dave Laval, DC News Now.
All right, David, thank you. Staying in Virginia, Loudoun County Sheriff's Department is investigating a murder-suicide in Sterling. Deputies say that the 2 were a father and son. They say that they found the man dead at a home in Silverleaf Drive overnight. He's been identified as Jose Francisco Guerrera Caceres, and the suspect, Francisco Javier Guerrera Velato, was also found dead inside of the house from a self-inflicted wound. A deadly hit and run in the district. Police say that it happened on Colorado Avenue Sunday night. Police say that 2 people were riding a scooter when they were ran over by a vehicle. A man died at the scene. The other person was taken to the hospital. Police now looking for the driver, but did say that they were able to locate the car.
Also today, Montgomery County Council members holding a news conference to introduce the ICE Out Act. It's new legislation aimed at banning privately owned immigration detention centers in the county. Supporters, including We Are CASA and immigrant advocates there, say the proposal sends a clear message that Montgomery County will not allow private ICE detention facilities, following similar actions taken by neighboring jurisdictions like Prince George's County. It comes as ICE purchased a warehouse in Washington County to create a detention center there as well.
All right, well, happening now, boaters, kayakers, fishermen, and more are free to return to the Potomac River here in D.C. The Department of Health lifting water restrictions earlier today.
Yeah, the advisory comes 6 weeks after a massive sewage overflowed in the river with 240 million gallons of raw sewage dumping into the water there.
Yeah, DC News Now's Marielle Carbone live at the Georgetown waterfront. Marielle, have you seen anyone using the river today?
Mark and Annalisa, maybe not the best day to get out on the river weather-wise, so you can see empty behind me, but we have talked to people who are eager to get back out there. DC Health making this change because they say that the levels of E. coli have consistently been at what's considered a safe recreational use level, so that is why that change came today. So what does this all mean? Well, essentially now you can continue those normal activities. So you can kayak, you can boat, fish, row, crew without taking any precautions before or after using the river. You cannot swim. That is never allowed. It's illegal here in DC. Now, we talked to the co-founders of C-Suite Cruises, which operates party boats and rentals on the river. They are set to open for the season in just 2 weeks, so they tell me it is a huge relief to see the restrictions lifted. Take a listen.
One thing that people keep asking us is like, does the river smell bad? Which no, it doesn't. It's totally fine. So yeah, I think when you get the headlines of stay away from the river and then shortly after you're told it's okay, I think there's initially some fear, but I think people will realize pretty quickly that it's business as usual out here.
The mayor says they are following all of the health guidelines and that they will adjust as needed. DC Health says that they're also starting daily testing of the river as of today, and that'll occur every day for the next 6 to 8 weeks. We'll have more on this story and what this all means coming up at DC News Now at 5. But for now, live here in Georgetown, I'm Marielle Carbone, DC News Now.